Maniacs, Richie here, and today I am reviewing the ZD Racing Rocket S16, available in this fetching blue colour as well as orange. And if you think it looks very similar to a Porsche 911, you would be correct, as you will see when we get it unboxed. And in this video I am also going to be doing a runtime test of this car. And if you like what you see today, there is a link to it below the video. And if you love what you see today, then don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, let's get this thing out the box and on charge. Well, as I say, it's 1/16 scale, 2.4 GHz radio system included with it, completely ready to run, brushless power, 4-wheel drive. So it's around about $130, I believe. Okay, instruction manual, lots of stickers, so it looks like we might have a little bit of work to do to put the car together. Oh yeah, it is completely sticker free, so the first thing I'm going to have to do is peel the body film off and get the stickers on the car. Well, the transmitter, quite a nice solid feel to it. Takes 2 AA batteries up into the handle in there. We've got steering trim and speed switch, which I'm assuming is throttle dual rate on there. You can also reverse the steering on there, steering, throttle, brake, reverse, etc. And we've got a third auxiliary channel on there. A couple of adapter cables. It comes complete with battery charger, an instruction manual for the battery charger. So what do we get for our money? Well, besides the car, we get the transmitter, the battery charger, and I'm assuming our battery's in here, as it says it's completely ready to run. Anyway, body film off, stickers on. And it comes with some handy pictures as to exactly where all the stickers go on. Whoa, Richie, whoa, moment. I'm just about to take the body film off when I notice it's got LED strip lights on either side of the car for that underglow effect. Absolutely outstanding. I wasn't expecting that. But with the stickers on, I'm actually quite impressed with it. The blue, the metallic blue, is absolutely eye-popping. I hope that comes out on camera. Anyway, I thought I'd put it on my turntable so we could have a little spin round and see just what we get for our money. As I say, yours for around about 130 bucks. But brushless, 1/16 scale, 45 kilometers an hour, 4-wheel drive. There's a lot going for it. Anyway, let's see what's under the skin. What am I liking about this from the outset? Well, I'm loving this orange anodized aluminum on here, of which there is an awful lot. Not only have we got the top mounting plate in aluminum, but just check out that chassis. A lot of bigger players could learn from that. Very well engineered indeed, and obviously the more you've got taken out of there, the less weight you have got in the car, meaning the thing should be a proper little rocket ship. So I'm beginning to think that 45 kilometers an hour could be good from the outset. Starting at the front, nice foam impact bumper. I'm liking the design of that. It's designed to take a fair old whack on here. Suspension, I won't do a suspension test on this because I'm thinking we've maybe only got a centimetre of travel on there. It's a friction shock, but there is actually quite a bit of friction on there, so you are getting a reasonable damping effect from those. Fully adjustable body pillars, both at the front and at the rear. Servo on the left, battery's going to sit on the right. Now we've got a combined ESC and receiver, but I am liking this from the absolute outset. That is because it's got a 3-wire servo as opposed to a 5-wire servo. So if you want to do any kind of upgrade to the ESC, you don't have to swap out a servo. On-off switch on there. As I said, our brushless ZD Racing motor. And again, we've got friction shocks at the rear. Tyre tread appears to be quite grippy and doesn't feel too plasticky. I just thought I'd show you the underside of the car again. A-arms, reasonable strength on there. And you will also note the aluminum front shock tower and the aluminum rear shock tower on here. Well, in today's outdoor test of the ZD Racing Rocket 16, I've got the GNSS analyzer on the front there from Power Hobby. That enables me to tell the speed of the car without having to remove the body to look at the display, etc. You can just look at it on your phone, as you'll see later on in this video. Now, I'm going to test the handling out, and I have a good feeling about these tyres, which do feel quite rubbery as opposed to plasticky on there. So we've got the stock 2S LiPo on board. One thing to note, which makes me think this is going to be quite good, is quite often the pinions on these cars from the Far East are made of plastic. You will note the grub screw in this one, indicating it's made of metal on there. And speaking of top speed, I wondered, could you fit optional pinions to it? 16 tooth one appears to be the stock one, but you can get 17th, 18th, 19th and 20 tooth ones on there. So I'm thinking the top speed of this car today will not be the peak speed that's quoted on a pack. I think you need to fit the 20 tooth pinion to that. I do have a few of these. They're like a 2.5mm shaft, so I'll go and have a look in there. Speaking of this instruction manual, every part listed in the back of it and exploded diagrams are plenty. There is only one slight problem is all of the instructions are in Chinese, but the pictures are very easy to read, fully exploded diagrams, full list of parts on there, definitely hobby grade. And when I say it's definitely hobby grade, this thing's built a lot better than a lot of cars from big manufacturers is. Anyway, time to see if that battery's charged and take it outside. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, well, time for the ZD Racing Rocket S16's first run. I've set the app on here, so I'm also going to try and get a top speed run out of the car as well. Well, welcome to the outdoor test on my ZD Racing Z16, and this thing is quite a little firecracker. I wasn't quite sure on the steering to start with, but when it gets going in some heat in the tyres, it's very fun to drive. You can provoke lift-off overs here on it, yet it'll turn on full throttle without too much of a problem. And this is a fairly rough blacktop on here. I've got the GPS on board, so we are going to find out just how fast this thing goes. Seems to have got a decent range on it, and the brakes are not too bad. And as I say, four-wheel drive. You can just donut this thing like crazy if you wanted to. It's got more than enough power, yet when the tyres are warmed up, as I say, it's got quite a nice amount of grip in them. So first impressions are, this is not too bad at all. One of the faster on-road small cars I've had it in quite some while on the channel. Battery lead is, I know, hanging out the side of the car, but not too worried about that at the minute. Now it does get knocked offline a little bit if you go over something big, like if there was run over that grid, it's going to get kicked around everywhere on there. But I have to say, as a little parking lot terror, it does seem to hold its line fairly well. And the steering is very, very direct indeed on it. Well, I will try and find somewhere a bit better to run it on, but I was determined to give it a good go today. It's quite nice to drive, actually. It's almost wanting to do giant drifts on there. It's a lot cooler today, so the blacktop here hasn't got as much grip as it maybe normally would have on a hot Californian day. But you've got plenty of enough power to have some fun on there. And like I say, I think it's definitely going to have peaked out. Decent range on the radio. Ooh. Definitely peaked out. And you can throw it around at speed, yet it's still got enough power in those shorter turns to drift that back end round. Handling on it is very nice. I was quite pleased with the look of the tyres, and that it's quite predictable when you get used to it. I have to say, for the money, it's not a bad little car, particularly if you've just got an area, a small area, blacktop even, to run the thing in. It's more than zippy enough in this space. In fact, the more I'm running it, the faster it seems to be getting. Or certainly a better handling as the tyres are getting heat in there. Just drift that back end out very nicely on there. Ooh, and it'll take the odd bump. He says, better be careful, my GPS is in the front of this. Well, I've got harder brakes. Not bad at all. And it's got power. Aplenty. And as I say, you can dial the speed down, so if you turn the dual rate right down, yeah, so you could use it as a beginner. That's flat out with the dual rate turned right down. So as your kids get more used to it, or you get more used to it, you can turn that speed up, whoa, and then you can go and prang it into something like that curb. Anyway, let's see just how fast it was today before I wear that balance lead out. This has got my Power Hobby GNSS speed meter fitted to it, and you don't need to take the body off the car to tell the speed of the car. 18 miles an hour, top speed on there today. So less than its stated speed by quite a way. But I have to say, the handling of the thing and the grip those tyres give is absolutely outstanding. And of course, I might need to read the manual to actually see if we need to change the pinion or anything like that to get the maximum speed out of the ZD Power Rocket S16. But first impressions are absolute little firecracker to drive. Certainly feels faster than 18 miles an hour. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.